What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to the Meditations, where we talk about our most recent game of Shatterpoint here. It was a victory for the Rebels, 2-1. Alex, I'm just going to get right off the top here. I think every single one of my activations with the new Leia box was just absolutely cracked with their dice.
It was incredible. It was so incredible you failed to realize that this was 2-0.
Yeah, like it's like there's just every time they activated, they just did everything they needed to do, and I don't think you were able to keep up with that as a result.
No, they did so good. Every single person on this team did incredible things. Yeah. Leia with her crackbacks was very, very valuable, running around and recovering people, putting a bunch of hunkers on people, dashing folks. Han and Chewie just...
Luke is finishing with 3 hunkers.
Oh my goodness. And the fact that he keeps them is brutal. It made it very difficult to deal with him. Han and Chewie did amazing things.
Yeah.
They had a very, very strong start. And even though their attrition really didn't keep up after that, they were still a major force.
I think Han and Chewie had like 1 bad activation, and that was kind of it.
But they also only had 2 activations. So
True. And then like Obi-Wan only had 1 activation, but like he took a bunch of points here. And
yep.
Oh no, he had 2 because I think I Shatterpointed him. Yeah. So all things said, like it was just my team was just hyper efficient this particular game. The dice were in my favor. Mm-hmm. Like you were making, in my opinion, good plays. I purposely didn't say much at the end there because of the Mando crackback, just because it was one of those. Because with how many times I've done that reposition, like I
knew it was coming. It was more just like
it wasn't registering.
It wasn't. I did miss it. I will admit that I missed it. But at that point, I really this game was not mine.
Yeah, because
I needed a lot more action compression.
Yeah,
because taking multiple points.
Yeah, because here's the thing: if you actually got that point, it would have gone down to 0. I get another momentum, and then I immediately top deck anyone.
Yeah.
And
you breathe too hard in the direction of one of my models, and you win the game.
I have so many shoves on this thing. Like I just shoved Mando off, or Maul off, or hey, look at that. That's Bar 2's point right there. That's 2 points anyway.
This was very, very solidly your game. That was a misplay towards me at the end, but
it was one of those things where even if you caught that, like there were so many other paths to victory. Like you had a very uphill fight that you were fighting here.
It was a very rough start, and I think a big part of it was that you took out Echo and Tech very early on and in such a dramatic fashion.
And then all the points were just
they're so far from everything.
Yeah. I think that's what hurt you the most. You had 2 bodies that just were never...
2 bodies that did nothing this game.
They just weren't worth activating because unfortunately they're just elsewhere.
Yeah.
So
they were far away and they had so many conditions that their activation would not be very meaningful.
Yeah. So yeah, you just kind of got saddled with a bunch of kind of rough situations there because I had those very efficient early activations, and unfortunately you were fighting that uphill battle ever since, right?
Yeah.
And again, it just kind of happens there. I do think this was a game where the Bad Batch kind of underperformed a tiny little bit.
Yeah. These guys just went down straight out the bat. Not much to say about that. That's unfortunate. Hunter rolled way too many fails on a lot of his attacks.
Hunter's first go into Luke was very unfortunate. Yeah, it was very unfortunate.
And when he went into
Han and Chewie, and really failed to take him down.
He did a solid amount into them, but it wasn't what I needed to see.
Wrecker did well enough.
Wrecker did fine.
And I do think Crosshairs did. If Crosshairs didn't roll like 5 and 4 fails, like that was rough, right? If those attacks just did a little bit more heavy lifting for you, it would have been a different game. Mm-hmm. Weirdly enough, I think the ARPs were your weakest guys in this game. They didn't really do a whole lot for you.
Yeah.
Because you didn't really make use of their coordinated fire.
No, I think the issue for them is they actually wanted to be in the other squad today. I think if I swapped them with Echo Tech, which would have worked points-wise still, I feel like they wanted to be over on the other side of the board, giving out that exposed.
That is very fair. Like this was like where a lot of what was going on in the first struggle there, and then everything kind of shifted to there and there. Yeah, the ARPs being a little bit more central or over here probably would have been a lot better for them. Mm-hmm. I guess that's just kind of the way of things, though. Sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Gotta say, very impressed with the new Leia box.
Oh yeah, all of your models did fantastic today.
I think they did extremely well, even if they were kind of above the curve going on with it. Luke was an absolute boss.
Oh my goodness! He didn't do a ton of damage, but man, did he take a punch.
He took a whole bunch of punches that he probably had no business surviving.
Yeah.
You have a whole bunch of hunker tokens on him just to be safe and all. Like basically, I just kept stacking them. It's like, all right, try and take him out.
Yeah. He's alive on, what, 1 there?
1.
And I feel like the odds are against me to do the 1.
Yeah, because he's alive on 1, and he's rolling, let's see, if you shoot him, he's rolling 7 dice. So,
yeah,
that's a whole lot there. So, yeah, no, it's just kind of how things happen. I think Maul had some inopportune times when he got pulled up. If you pulled him a little bit earlier, he would have been able to impact the board a lot more.
I think so.
That would have really helped. And Maul not being able to take advantage of the coordinated fire.
That's another reason why I think the ARFs would have been a little bit better served on the other side of the board.
You might have almost been able to substitute the ARFs for the Magna Guard, and might have had a little bit more.
I think so. I was leaning a little bit more into the clone synergy with Hunter,
which is fair.
I also think this may not have been the struggle for them, because we got very spread out, and like Wrecker's got a very strong aura that's been chasing around a primary this whole game and affecting nobody else.
Hunter not really being able to use his like chasing primary ability either.
Yeah,
because I think you said I only did like 1 move action with a primary.
Only moved one time with Mando, and it wasn't a great time for me to dash.
Yep.
So
I was just shutting that down. So Hunter's mobility really wasn't kicking in here.
No.
Yeah, just all in all, like it was just one of those games where, unfortunately, the way everything happened in the order that it happened just kind of kept you in a position where, like, you didn't really have the best or opportune options.
Mm-hmm.
Is really what it kind of came down to. And yeah, I guess it happens. It's happened to me plenty of times.
Oh yeah, it happens sometimes.
So, but it's great to see the Bad Batch on the table again. Very happy with the new guys. Always good to see them all. Like all in all, like the game itself still had some really interesting back and forth moments.
Fine, yeah.
And I think up until I just kind of started steamrolling the second. Well, actually, even the second struggle, it kept very even.
Second struggle was very back and forth. Well, it was first struggle that was a real steamroller.
This was the final momentum.
Yeah.
Right there. Like that's basically how everything ended.
Yeah.
Right. So like it was kind of on knife's edge, and I just had that slight advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I thought after the poor Han and Chewie activation, you might have taken the struggle.
Yeah.
But I got really lucky with stuff over here, and my revenge triggers just came in mint this game.
Those revenge triggers were incredible for you today.
I love Leia's revenge trigger way more than Han's revenge trigger.
Leia's is very, very good.
Because she gets the dash. Yeah. It just makes me feel a lot better about that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been forgetting about handing out hunkers as part of it, though. But it is what it is.
I don't know. Look at Luke. You handed it out quite a bit.
Well, it's part of her revenge trigger.
I know.
Yeah.
I think she was with a lot of. She was over here with R2D2 in the gang, so the hunkers really wouldn't do much because they wouldn't.
Yeah, very true.
Off.
But anyway, I think that's all we have to say about that. Great game as always, Alex, and we will see you guys next time. Happy wargaming.